Okay, I'm here at Kathie's quilt shop, and this is Kathie, and this is what has to be one of the coolest quilts I've seen in a while. Kathie, tell me about this quilt. That looks about as difficult as you can have a person make.
It was really hard.
Oh, no.
Okay, tell us about this.
It's just a takeoff on Trip Around the World.
And for my readers who probably know nothing about quilts, what is Trip Around the World?
Trip Around the World. Well, let's see if we can't look at just one block. So I'm going to put it on me.
Okay.
So here.
So this is the block of a quilt.
This is the block.
That's one block.
That's one block. So you start with 6 strips, sew them all together, square off one end, and cut off a 2.5-inch strip. That becomes your guide.
Right.
Then you sew it in a tube, and then cut 5 more sections. And then, so this first strip would be your guide.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
And this first strip is from here to here?
from here to here, 6.
Right.
Okay. Then you bring this up and sew it in a tube and cut 5 more sections, 2.5 inches.
Uh-huh.
Then you get your seam ripper out and you start dividing them. So you would divide between, I want to look at it, make sure we're in the right, no, we're this way. Let's turn it this way.
All right. So there.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So then you're going to take your seam ripper out and you're going to take out between 1 and 2.
Yep.
So 2 becomes the top, 1 becomes the bottom.
Right.
The next one you're going to take out between this one and this one.
Right.
So that this becomes the top, this becomes
So basically
the
you're going to
bottom,
move
so on
it
and
up
so
as
forth.
if it was an actual pattern made in that
Exactly.
fashion.
And then it creates the diagonal in the middle.
And by doing that, you get that diagonal that's going in the middle.
And then
you can just repeat it with any different type of pattern that you have.
Right. All we did is we had each person bring in a certain number of strips. We had them bring them in a week early. Donna and I mixed them up.
All right, and
put them
that's done.
together in 6 bundles of strips, making sure no 2 were the same, and that was basically it.
So this is a great way to use up, let's say, the scraps. If you have a skein, let's say somebody's bought, and you don't have a lot that's left over, you can create this, and
Yes.
suddenly all of your scraps, which you can generally buy at a cheaper price, if you're buying like the end of a skein or something, become beautiful quilts.
Well, all we hear about is everybody's huge stash, and we want you to use it up so you can buy new stuff. So
That's a very
this
good
is a
point.
good way to use up your stash.
Now, for those of you who are not familiar, tell us about the store a little bit. Where am I right now?
You're heaven.
My wife would agree with that one, but
You're in Sanford, Maine, southern Maine.
and if someone is coming from the south, how would they get here?
You would take Interstate 95, get off the Wells Sanford exit, and take a right. And we have directions on our website.
All right, so direction on the website, and the website is?
www.kathiesquiltshop.com.
Well, Kathie, and this is the quilt shop, and this is only part of it. There's an awful lot more of it. So I'm not a quilting person, but if you're a quilting person, you probably want to come here. Well, Kathie, thank you very much for your time and showing us. And what is this called again?
Scrappy Trip.
Scrappy Trip.
Yes.
That is cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.